Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some FTL, shall we? Continuing our complete beginner's guide here in 2023 with the Kestrel. We are in Sector 4, which is an NG-controlled sector, and we have been fortunate enough to get 5 crew members, we have 50 scrap, good health, and we're ready to rock. So, first thing we always do in this sector is check out the exit, and wow, look at this, it connects to all of these different nodes, which are pretty easy to get to. So we can take a nice path over here. Maybe we definitely want to hit the distress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that to get there. We could also obviously dance up here accordingly, but this one we're never going to get to, unless it's a quest marker or something. So let's jump this way. Okay, so this is a Federation bomber, which is one of our buddies, and their impulse drives are shot and they can't jump, and they want 4 fuel. Unfortunately, if we're low on anything, it is fuel. So we can't give them 4 fuel, so we just have to apologize and move down here. So we're looking for a shop, someplace to buy fuel. You've jumped into the aftermath of what seems to have been a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by your screens, and you can still see the remains of the dying ships sparking and breaking apart. It's hard to determine who the combatants were without closer investigation. So because I need stuff and I'm not hurt, I'm going to go ahead and risk it. Let's investigate. And we found a Zoltan ship. It thinks we're an attacker and it wants to fight us. So as before when we saw the Zoltan ship, it's difficult because it's got these super shields, but their weapons, looks like they have a laser and a beam, which isn't too threatening to us, so we should be okay here. Go ahead and say okay. And we're going to put our burst laser, lock it onto their shields, and wait with our missile because we can't get through their super shields. Oh, you know what? I had forgotten. We have hacking. So we've got hacking going. But we can't hack until we get the super shields either, so we'll have to wait to kind of showcase that. Okay, and let's see. We've hit them a bit. They did get through. They timed it exactly right, so they got through our shield and are doing beam work right there. So they did damage us. I didn't think that they could, but I think they hit with just about everything and then had them synchronized, so good for them. Now, you'll see if I try to launch my drone right now, it says Super Shield prevent hacking right over top here. And even though we hit them, this green bar is still full, meaning they do have some Super Shields left, so we have to kind of just wait, get that back. And they're going to fire at us. Okay, we got their super shields down. And they missed us, so now they can't hit us with their beam. So I'm going to go ahead and fire my Artemis missile at their shields. And do I want to hack? I only have 4 drone parts, so it's pretty small. But I don't think we need to. I'm going to save it. I'm going to kind of be conservative. Yeah, we hit right there, so we're pretty much okay at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take my laser and hit their weapons. Now they're going into repair. You saw the doors open. That means somebody's coming in there to try to repair their shields. But as long as we can hit right there, good. Took their weapons offline. And we will just fire this and try to keep them ruined. We'll take their piloting next. They're getting their shields back online. They've repaired it a bit. Good. And let's just take our laser over here to their shields. They're almost gone. Their weapons are obviously offline, and they're dead. So I saved our hacking part. Oh, wow. Okay, 45 scrap, a missile, and a drone part. Fantastic. All right, so that's 95 scrap. Now we need to jump, and we're still really, really looking for a store. So I'm going to kind of stay in the middle to try to get exposure to as many beacons as I can to find a store. Because you can see our fuel is in dire straits. Nothing here. All right, I'm going to go up here. If we run out of fuel, that's fine. But we want to be away from the fleet when we do so. So if we have to wait turns to get fuel or something, that the rebel fleet doesn't catch us. So that's why I'm continuing to move right. Now this is a pirate ship that wants us to pay a toll. You never pay their toll. You always fight. And we will fight. And let's see what they got. So they got super shields. They have some actually kind of... They have an ion weapon and a pretty nasty weapon here. So, right. Let's go ahead and we got to get through their shields. First things first. If we can get their super shields, I might use a drone here. We'll see. We didn't. They luckily missed us. So this is going to do nothing. I think it's a glaive beam or something like that. It's not going to hit us. Can't get through the shield. Okay. We got their super shield down. I'm going to fire a missile right away down here. And I'm going to hack their weapons. I'm going to use both just to show you. Okay, so we hit their shields. And I'm going to now target their piloting. Okay, so you see we attached our hacking drone onto their weapons system. Their weapon system has gone magenta, meaning like we've targeted this. They are taking damage. I'm sorry, they're not taking damage, but their weapons are being hacked. Which means once you're doing this, you can now see their charge bars for their weapons, and this allows you to time your hacking. So once you launch this over, you'll notice that the button over here from launch hacking drone changes to like a power button, and you can either push N or click this to turn on your temporary hacking from your drone. Okay, so we have 4 seconds where we can disrupt them, and it'll just prevent them from charging these up. But the other important thing is it depletes the charge that they've acquired. So what you want to do is wait till this charge fills up and is about to fire, then paralyze them, because it will cause them to lose the charge, then have to fill all the way back up and slow them down even more. Okay, so I'll show you right here. I'm going to unpause it, and you see they're slowly charging up, and this one's about to fire. So I'm just going to do this right now. I clicked it, but we're paused, so you can't see the effect. And I'm going to show you that these have now been electrocuted. Their charge bars turn magenta and they start depleting, okay, through the paralysis. And we're going to fire at them, and we hit their piloting, and they want to get away. Now, interestingly, I'm going to take this offer. Normally, I reject the offer, okay, but in my experience, usually you'll get fuel on the surrender offer, but not if you blow up their ship. So we might get more scrap if we blow them up, but we need fuel right now. So 4 fuel and 8 missiles is a kind of absurd amount of missiles. So this is actually pretty good. We'll take it. So now we have 6 fuel, so we're a little bit safer. And we'll unpause it, and we're ready to jump. And there's a store, and it's way back here. So good. We have plenty of time to get to this store, so let's do it. Engine upgrade necessary for travel home. Sale of equipment. Yes, please. Okay, what do you got? They have cloaking. I'd love to buy cloaking, but we don't have enough money. And that's a shame. They do have a Zoltan crew member, which ain't bad. I was really hoping he'd have a weapon or something. I'll tell you what. Just for education, I'm going to buy this Zoltan crew member. And You can see it provides power to the occupied system, and they do damage. They explode like we saw before when they die, but we're hoping that Davion does not die. We'll buy him, and we'll buy all the fuel that they've got because we're low. And we're good to go. I don't need anything else that they have. None of these augments are interesting to me, so we'll close this, and now we need to pick where do we want to send our good buddy right here. Well, I'll tell you what. Philip is actually not that great at shields. I'm going to send Davion over to shields and send Philip to sensors just for the time being. Manning sensors does give you the benefit of leveling it up to level 2 so that we can see the interior. But the reason I don't send a Zoltan there is because we don't need an extra power in that room. The shield, you'll notice that by sending the Zoltan in here, it automatically refunds us a power that we're spending on shields, so we have an extra power to power our medbay permanently. If I take our Zoltan and move him out, you'll see that we lose that power. Okay, so when you move the Zoltan into the shields, there's a yellow bar, meaning, okay, we're getting extra power in this room. We get the refunded power back here, and we can just put this in our medbay. But in the future, what we can do is use that to perhaps power more shields or something else. So I want the Zoltan in a system where we can actually benefit from extra power, and shields seems great to me. Philip, I want in a system that benefits from being manned, like sensors, but because Philip's our mantis, he's probably going to be going around dealing with borders, and so, you know, we don't necessarily need Philip in here. Sensors being leveled up is not huge, so it's okay to move him around. We're going to save this new configuration. Oh, by the way, too, you can see on our engines, we have a man with a star above, and that's because the person in the engines room who is Notch is level 1. So the green bar is all the way filled up, and the yellow bar is filling up. And our pilot is the same way, so that's level 1, and when they get 2 stars, that means they're mastered. Then they can't get any better, but they give you the best benefits for manning that system. So, honestly, we're good. Like, we didn't really need that crew member. Maybe I wouldn't have bought that normally, but we are on easy, so we get a little bit of extra scrap, and having a lot of crew is helpful. We have a Zoltan, so all blue events that require a Zoltan now open up. We get an extra power. It's just nice to have. Okay, so we're done with the store. They're getting close. So can we go... I'd really like to not visit a node that we've already visited, but it doesn't seem possible. If I go here, unfortunately it only connects to here. It doesn't connect down here. So we're going to have to waste a node, but it was worth it to get to the store. So we'll go here. And okay, we got a... sorry, sir, nothing personal, but we're under orders, and they're fighting. Now, before we get into it, let's just talk about what we see. Number one, we can see their entire ship interior because we have someone manning the sensors, okay? And we see that they have 3 crew members here, but they also have a teleporter, so they're probably going to try to send someone over to board, but they only have 3 humans, so that should be easy peasy. The difficult thing is that they have some missiles here. And they actually have 2 bubbles of shield. So this is kind of like a tougher ship. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the burst laser going. I'm actually going to fire on their shields with the burst laser. And I'm going to... Oh, you know what, though? Haha. Forgot. I was going to put a missile into their weapons. But no, what we can do is... what we can do is actually hack them. And what system do we want to take out? Let's go ahead and stun their weapons. So I'm just going to send a drone over to hack their weapons, try to stop that missile. Nice thing about hacking is it just basically starts like fully powered up, and just you get to do it immediately. And then we have 20 missiles, so I'm free to use these, and I will. And oh, let's just disrupt their piloting. I don't care if they board us, honestly. They are sending someone over to board us, which is fine. Alright, and... Okay, and they came over here in the O2. So what we're going to immediately do, we can see their charge. I'm going to take this person, Notch, and I'm going to send Notch, the creator of Minecraft, over here, and we will just open some doors up, vent this out, and turn off the O2, and enjoy. Alright. And let's see here. Go ahead and just get myself ready to hack once their laser gets up a little bit more charge. Okay, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to just click the hack to disrupt their weapons. And here we go, firing a missile. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. Wow. This is, I guess, a nice benefit of being able to see their interior. You can see that we did set a fire with our laser. Remember, the burst laser does have a possible effect of setting a fire, and we did. And that's amazing. Alright, so we just wrecked them. So their shields are hurting, their weapons are stunned. Now I want to just take my burst laser and try to get their weapons down, so that even if they come off of hacking, that they will be disabled. Now you could say that this is a waste because we already have the drone here, but you can hack them again. You can disrupt more than once, but this has to charge all the way back up. So what we can do is, let's just actually time it out. I'm going to just let my laser charge, but I'm not going to give it a target for the moment, okay? So their person is trying to shoot through. They're coming down to put out the weapons, or the fire. Now you can see their weapons are charging up again, right? So it's going to take this blue number on our hacking system has to go down from 4 all the way down to 0, basically, to cool down. So it's going to take quite a while. And I don't know if our laser is going to be even able to charge up fast enough. So if we wanted to be egregious, we could shoot a missile at this. But even that's not charged up fast enough. So I think we're just going to have to potentially take some damage right here. I don't want to, but it's just a reality. Okay, and yep, here comes their missile, and hopefully we can dodge. And they hit us. They did 3 damage, which is a shame, but they hit an empty room, which is as good as it could have gone. We did fire the laser at them. You see we've turned off their missiles, and even if they've beamed out their border, so we're going to close up all the doors. We're going to turn O2 back on so that we don't suffocate on our own ship, and we'll wait to send our person back to engines until the oxygen refills, obviously. And they're going to maybe go try to repair this, but hopefully by then we'll be able to disable them with a hack. I'm going to just fire my burst laser at their engine like that. Now, you see how this person has to shoot through this door right here. That's because another nice thing about hacking is that you lock the door, so they actually can't even get back in to fix it for the time being, which is really, really good for us. So all they have is a laser, which can't hurt us. And I'm going to send everybody back to stations. Okay, we've shot down their engines. Their ship still has a good hull strength left, but a lot of their systems have been really, really crippled. And we'll go ahead and take our laser, and we could put it at their O2 and just experiment with this strategy. But no, we need to put it at their shields. Good. Wow, we started another fire. That was super lucky. All right, they're back in there trying to fix the weapons. Okay. But instead what we're going to do is just disrupt it with hacking. All right, take this charge all the way down and mess up their ability to get weapons going again. But you can see, like, the game is getting harder. These ships are getting sturdier. So this is a concern for us. I'm just going to see if we can do something fun right here. Probably not. Nah, it'll blow up their ship. I think, if we try to do this. But I'm not going to use a missile. I wanted to, but I think I need to be more conservative. And let's just fire at their weapons. They're trying to get over here, but they can't. Oh boy. Beautiful. Whoa, we got so lucky. So they want to give us breach missiles. So remember, we had a surplus of missiles. So they're going to give us a new weapon system, 4 missiles. So more fuel, ton of scrap. And we always, at least I like to always accept the offer, usually, like 99% of the time, if they give me a weapon or some other item with their surrender, because we can just sell this even if we don't want it. So we just say thank you so much and check out our ship now. So breach missiles, they're designed to cause destruction to hull armor. And they take 3 power, which is brutal, and 22 seconds of charge time, which is insane. But they pierce 5 levels of shields, okay, and they do 4 damage. So, you know, it's pretty gross, okay? All missiles breach 5 levels of shields, by the way. But what this means is that, you see, our Artemis does 2 damage, this does 4 damage. So this could, like, take down an entire room all the way very easily for us and do a bunch of hull damage. So this is something to consider. 3 power is a ton, unfortunately. But, hey, better to have it than not have it for now. And I'm just going to wait a second for our oxygen to kind of start filling back up. Is anybody hurt? No, we're good. Is everybody back to their station? We're fully charged. Great. Now, if we wanted to, we could boost up our weapon control. We could spend 85 scrap right now and provide 2 more power to our weapon system. All right, that would take us to 5, which would allow us to turn the Artemis offline and to turn on our breach missile, which is an interesting play. We wouldn't have enough power in the reactor to do that without turning off, like, some systems. But at the same time, you know, it gives us a lot more oomph if we want it. Their ship just broke. Oh, because of the fire. Oh, God. Okay. Well. All right. So I'm not going to spend any scrap right now. I'm just going to jump back here. Have to waste a fuel, but we got a bunch of fuel on that fight, so we're good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do it anyway. This is just for education, but we can see the burst in action, and we want to level this up at some point anyway, so that we can get ourselves in a spot where we can put on another weapon. I'm not saying necessarily we want to use the breach missile, but it is, you know, a significant amount of damage. If we were wild, we could even fire 2 missiles at the same time. That's really hard to sustain, but it would be just an absolute ton of damage. All right, and let's see here. How many more do we have? How many more jumps? Could we go 1, 2, 3? I think we can. Because they'll be here, 2 here, 3 will be in the danger zone. I'm actually going to go 1, 2, and 3. Just so if they move a little bit too close, I could just get out of here. Alright, so there's a refugee ship. Let's hail them. And for 3 missiles, they'll give us 2 drone parts. I'm actually going to take that because this will help us hack. If you think about it, drone parts are like 8 scrap and missiles are 6, so this is 18 for 16. We lose about 2 scrap on this deal, but we only have 3, and we have so many missiles, so that's pretty good. There's a store here. Well, that's a big waste. So it's instead we're going to go here and then here because we have no money. We could go here and sell, you know, like our breach or something, but I don't think that's worth it right now. And there's an NG ship destroying a craft and intruder on deck. So a young mantis is in a charred uniform has teleported onto the deck. He begs for sanctuary from the NG and offers to serve in exchange for your protection. The NG have already traced the teleporter and offered a deal in exchange for the prisoner. So we can side with the fugitive and fight the NG ship, or we can offer the Mantis in exchange for a bounty. And because we have so many crew members at this point, I'm actually going to do the bounty, and they give us like a ton of scrap. So 51 scrap is fantastic. We can actually just go in here and just buy a power bar right away, so that if we, want, we can easily just turn off our med bay, turn off the Artemis, and turn the breach on, and just have this, and we can jump to the exit. And here we go. Now they're offering 12 scrap for 3 drone parts. Unfortunately, we're low on drone parts, and remember, as I said, 3 drone parts are actually worth 18 scrap. So this is good if you don't need drone parts, but every time we hack, we use one. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to jump, and we're going to go to the next sector. Now, we could go to rock controlled and fight a bunch, or we could go to the Uncharted Nebula. We haven't done a hostile sector yet, so let's risk it for the biscuit and jump in and see what we can get. And they're peaceful and powerful. It's not unheard of. They're powerful and proud, rather. It's not unheard of to have a peaceful journey through their lands, but don't count on it, right? We don't have a rock, which is unfortunate for like negotiation purposes, for events and such, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. There's the exit there, and it's, pretty reasonable to get to it. So we will get into moving across to the exit next time, but everyone, we're just continuing to improve. We've got a new weapon system. We're still doing fine on hull. We're okay on fuel. Got a new crew member, and our ship is getting stronger as we move to the end of the run. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you're finding this useful. Take care.